Now let's look into the last slide. I say honesty at all time. That's a little picture there. Are you having the picture? Saw it? Right. What was cheating? What was the cheating act? There was no conversation. One ticket, please. Right. You see the lady in the round shape, right? Okay, that one is called apa tu? Moscow doll or Soviet doll. Right. If you've been to or read in the internet, what does it mean? Soviet doll or all right, Moscow doll, DOLL, anak patung. All right, Moscow doll is where if you take out the half part of the doll, there will be another smaller doll inside. Sometimes there are 7 in it. Sometimes there are 3. So what is cheating here in this picture? It's cheating by apa Siti tak dengar?
By quantity of people that buy the ticket.
What do you say that? Bukan the quantity saja. Alright, ni cheating by persona. Dianya seorang tapi dalam perut dia ada banyak orang lagi. Ya, yeah? Alright, dia appear to be one sebab tu dia kata one ticket. Right, okay, right. Jadi tapi kalau you mengandung, that is just one ticket, isn't it? Because the person inside your stomach or your womb is actually not yet a human until it is being given birth. So satu saja. So this Moscow doll is usually given to reflect that there is cheating. Sometimes they take it further. They say this is a symbol of fraud. Penipuan. All right, sometimes it's a symbol of fraud. Okay, right? Boleh? Any other question you want to ask when we talk about cheating?
Prof.
Yes, saya Gary.
Yeah, regarding the contract and agreement, what if in the agreement there is some like a small fine print that will affect greatly? Is it still considered cheating, like a small clause
Yeah.
that
Yes.
affect
I understand. Usually when we sign a contract, all right, there will be a normal printing and then there will be a smaller printing, isn't it? And at the end of the day, people always say to you, "Itulah tak baca contract," isn't it? Okay, right. Especially when we make loan. Nowadays, the smaller contract are made visible to you or apparent to you by the bank, making you sign certain paragraph. All right, next to the paragraph you give an initial. All right, initial. All right, to say that you understood. But sometimes we still do the wrong thing. All right, but in usual situation, making loan with the bank, all right, okay, it is more secure to both party because after that you will pay. If you don't, you will be sued for non-payment of debt, right? Okay, now that is when everything is normal. Sometimes you are right. The bigger paragraph is clear. The smaller paragraph has a different intention, right? Okay, now if you don't read the smaller paragraph in Malaysia, all right, there are in Malaysia and in many countries in the world, the interpretation of that small paragraph, whether it amounts to cheating in the contract that you signed or it amount to your own, all right, action that is called negligence, right? Okay, depend on your lawyer. If a lawyer wants to see it as cheating, that means there must be, all right, that paragraph was smaller in print, which have a different effect than all those agreement that you have agreed before. Okay, kalau dia betul-betul, if you clearly that it can deny or it is not what is intended to be when you sign the contract, the small print will become an element of dishonesty, an element of cheating. But sometimes, all right, okay, it is not. It's because it is part of the action that we have already promised. So the small printing, all right, it's only going to specify more. Kan? All right. Jadi that more action you have to do, you forgot to do it. Now you are being bound by extra fees, or you are being bound by penalty sometimes, right? Okay. So we have to differentiate that. Sometimes, in order to differentiate, if it going to affect the victim more of losing their property, all right, it is good to get a lawyer to challenge it for cheating. Or, right, you simply just negotiate with whoever given you the loan or the facilities of the contract to waive. Waive apa? Waive, W-A-I-V-E-R, waiver. To buang aja or ganti lain. Or some people will simply just say, okay lah, bayar another $100 for not doing the action that you should do in a contract inside the small print, that even though you sign it, you forgot about it, but you know it has been explained. So there is no intention of deceiving or inducing you to do something that you do not want to do. Boleh? Yes? Thank you.
Yes, boleh.
Thank you for that question. Quite a lot when we sign an agreement. All right, let me bring you another situation where the when the printing in the content of the or the provision of the contract is not clear. Right? In your example, everything is clear, only there is more. Right? That one thing more in the small fine, if it is related to the intention earlier, it's fine. But if it's not, maybe cheating. Right? Okay? Tapi there is this case, Gucharan Singh. Gucharan Singh. Gucharan Singh versus Government of Malaysia, JPA. All right. Okay, Gucharan Singh is a boy at the age of 16. He was so clever. He got good A's, so he was given a scholarship. At the age of 16, he was given a scholarship to study law, to become a surgeon and study in Ireland. All right. So Malaysia given him a scholarship to study there for 8-9 years. Right after 8 and 9 years, when he finished it, so Malaysia was waiting for our first surgeon. Right, this surgeon was supposed to come home, but he refused. He came back, but he refused to work with the government. He said the contract with him is not valid. Kenapa the contract was not valid? The government, when made him sign the contract, he was a child. 16 years old. Right? When are you a major, orang dewasa? Only at the age of 18. There is an act. In the Malaysian Contract Act, a child cannot sign a contract. If a child sign a contract, then that contract is not activated against a child. So Malaysia sign a contract, Malaysia must send the money. All right? Okay, so you see, so all the monies are free that he received. The matter go to court, to Privy Council then, which is the federal court, which is the appeal body. All right, the answer to the question is that, all right, Gucharan Singh did not cheat Malaysia. Malaysia was not aware, all right, at that particular time. All right, the weakness is that you can sign a contract with a child, all right, on your part, you must carry it out. So JPA, money that is sent to Gucharan Singh is all legal. Tapi Gucharan Singh gives his service, all right, to the country to work with the government. That's not legal because that promise was made when he was a child. Sebab tu today, when you sign for JPA scholarship, all right, if you are underage, right, being given a scholarship, certain people are very clever. They skip they skip level, isn't it? All right, darjah 1 terus naik darjah 3, darjah 4 terus pergi darjah 6. That's 2 years jump. All right, that makes you graduate SPM at the age of 16 instead of 17. And some of them at the age of 15 months 9 years. So in this case like this, when you sign a contract with the government nowadays, they normally make your parents sign a guarantee letter at that age. All right. Okay. There's quite a number of students, even in your level, when you were given a scholarship, not because of your SPM, but because of your trial SPM. Kan? Right. The trial. My son, for example, his trial was so good, so he sent to go and study. All right. Okay. He didn't sign the. We didn't. Well, anyway, he signed the contract, but we didn't sign the contract as scholarship, but we signed the contract as loan. Right? Even loan put, your parents will still have to sign it. Otherwise, it's not effective. Boleh? Yeah. Right? Okay. So that is the print in contract. Sometimes the print is easier. All right. But the one that is more difficult when we talk about cheating in forensic is the one that is the action, right? A client come to you in the bank, all right, okay, and tells you that I am Rohani. I want to take out some money from my account. All right, I fill up the form. I made a signature. I hand it over. Bank security system says when you sign in front of the bank, you have to sign the one again in front of the teller, right? Okay, all bank did that. All right, after that, okay, she look at the clerk, look at the amount. All right, go to the boss, pack the money into the envelope and hand it over to Rohani. Rohani walk out with the money. Right. Is that theft or is that cheating? If the amount of money, all right, the person who signed does not come from Rohani, it's actually another Rohani. All right, okay, you do that. So tell me, is that theft or is that cheating? Anyone? Gary? Because I can see you clearly in the bigger screen. Right, Muhammad ka? Gary ka? Siti ka?
Cheating.
Cheating. All right, kenapa?
Yes.
How? Cheating.
Using persona.
Right. How do you establish that? You have never met the real Rohani.
Is it Rohana?
All right, you are correct. There is cheating. Betul. Tapi how are you going to explain? If the problems in front of you is like that, how do you write your explanation?
Signature verification.
Okay, signature verification. If she can sign, she can forge the Rohani can forge the real Rohani signature.
Through thumbprint.
Uh,
Thumbprint cannot be replicated.
Betul. That's correct, right? That's why the bank take that precaution. But in my example, I didn't talk about the thumbprint. So how do you establish cheating in your report? You are to establish cheating, right? And you are correct. But saying that there is cheating, it's not enough. The element of cheating will have to be proven. Okay. So how do you prove cheating from the facts that is given to you? Anyone? How do you explain cheating? Okay.
She is pretending to be someone else.
Only when you know that person is someone else, can. All right. You see, sometimes situation like this, you have to look back into section 415A. Right. Let's look into that section 415A again. 415 is in your slide 7. Yeah, if you don't have the act with you, look. Right. Whoever by deceiving any person, whether or not such deception was the sole or main inducement, fraudulently or dishonestly induced the person so deceived to deliver. All right. Any property to any person or to consent that any person shall retain any property or intentionally induces the person so deceived to do or omit to do anything which he would not do if he were not deceived by the. All right. Okay. So in your explanation, you never met Rohani, the real one, right? Okay. But how are you going to say that you have been cheated by this Rohani, the villain? right? You have to explain that number one, she came in confidently, behaving like Rohani. She signed the form. All right, account number is correct. All right, signature is the same, right? Okay, the only thing is you are being deceived by these three things, right? Number one, she is a woman. Rohani, the original one, is also a lady. All right. Okay, the signature is the same. The account number is correct. All right, and she doesn't indicate that she is not Rohani. She doesn't look restless. She doesn't whatever. All right, so all this combination of explanation is what you are going to write. All those explanation point to the act that on any other occasion, right, you will not be deceived. But because, right, of all these three situations, you are now deceived. There is no other way for you to know that the person standing in front of you is not the real Rohani. Okay, because of all that, the three things tu yang kena cari daripada the fact, have to write it down. That's why you consent to hand over the money. That when you check with your supervisor on the amount, on the signature, all right, everything is the same. So you are being deceived to believe. Remember, choose the word from the illustration. By the sample, the signature is the same sample. By the appearance, you are made to believe. All right, okay, you following me? Anyone? Yes, boleh? That is how you explain. All right, that is the ordinary situation in a bank, which I presume some of you work with a bank. Right? Okay,